Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays Slay the Spire. Still riding high after an Ascension 10 victory a little recently. Yo, 99 gold. Prayer Wheel. Is not the relic I would choose for myself. But I think we've established already that if I chose everything for myself, I'd probably lose. Like, a lot more often. Is that even possible? Is it possible to lose more often than 100%? That's not really a brain teaser. Kind of just conversationally spinning my wheels. So, what I'm annoyed by, and it's like not the kiss of death early on, but Prayer Wheel might be a great relic. It might be the best relic you've ever seen. It's not doing anything for us in combat yet. It would have been nice to get a relic that maybe gave us a leg up on the competition, but maybe, just maybe, it gives us two amazing cards right now. I don't know what you take out of these. Honestly, we need something. Who's our boss? Okay, so probably Piercing Whale, no thank you. I'm going to start with Poison Stab. We should have looked at the other one first, but... And a Well-Laid Plans is incredible, but I'm actually not annoyed. Like, I think this is a absolutely acceptable start. Now, I should have hit you with the poison. That's something that's worth noting for the future. Hate to discard the curse when we could have exhausted it, but we're probably functioning on a quick enough time scale. It's not likely to be relevant. And dude, Well-Laid Plans really smooths us out early on. Like, I'm not saying we're never going to take damage, but we can save our defense for when it's most applicable. Regen Potion, very nice. Okay, hold on. Just skip me for now. You know what? Give me 1,000 cuts. And I will take another Poison Stab for the time being. But 1,000 cuts... Dude, and an upgraded 1,000 cuts does 2 damage to all enemies per card. If we can get... essentially, what I'm looking for now is like a Shiv-focused deck. Let's just call it what we're trying to see here. So we should have gone with the Blade Dance earlier. You will note we did have a chance to get a Blade Dance on that last pickup. But if we took the Blade Dance, we couldn't have taken 1,000 cuts. So you're not so smart now, are you? Catch him with something like this. We probably got him next time, I think. 18, 15. Yeah, we don't have to hit him for much. I think we do have to hit him for more than that. But this is actually a pretty great start, I think. The fact that 1,000 cuts is like an AoE enabler is also amazing to me. So yeah, Blade Dance for sure. I know you're like, what about Leg Sweep? Brother, I've been taking Leg Sweep as the day is long. You know where it's gotten me? Exactly. Something, something. All she left me with were my bones. South Park. Not South Park. Star Trek. Two very different games. And by games, I mean media properties. What, you're not a gamer? So we don't have to worry about killing you. I would like to. But mostly I want to make sure I get as much value out of the regen potion as possible. And even if we'd ended turn, I mean, I'd rather have the gold in this situation. So we've added a lot to this deck early. We got to be a little careful. 6 cards in already. Some extra defense would be nice. Yeah. Yeah, I can make a dodge and roll work. Do we need anything else? I'm going to say no for now. So, we got important things to work on. First off, Blade Dance. Right now, this is 12 damage. And 8 damage done to all enemies. Every time we play this, it's essentially a cleave. It's kind of incredible when you think about it. You know, we have a shop. Let's try to make it tick. I know we got to fight in the lead up here anyway. I mean, this is a pretty strong start. That's a lot of damage for a turn where we spent 2 energy playing a power early. You know, if I have to break you, I don't mind. I think you're going to break no matter what. I'll follow it up with one of these bad boys. Doesn't mean you do 10 damage to you then, 10 damage to you later. Just as long as you don't call me late for dinner. I'm worried we'll run into, like, exactly the wrong enemy. And we'll lose a bunch of HP in advance of the boss fight. Or the elite fight, specifically. I'm just hoping that doesn't happen. This time I will take a leg sweep. I know Endless Agony seems interesting because of the 0 cost. Might have worked well with Kunai, too. So this is where you kind of wish that you were able to keep your, you know what I mean? Like, if we had the access to the... I mean, this guy's gotta go, dude. If we had had access to, the explosive potion, would have been able to get a lot more done here. I think the one universal truth here is when we get 1,000 cuts, you gotta play it. This turn's gonna suck real bad. But we're gonna get him, and we're gonna get all these guys in the future as well. This is just a bad encounter. No matter which way you slice it, you're probably gonna end up being a little unhappy. So I think you're just gonna die to normal hits, honestly. Beauty. Alright. It doesn't really matter what we keep. So we did lose HP. The ideal elite for us would 100% be the obelisks at this point. Dude, Tools of the Trade is pretty great as well, I think. You know what? I'll take a slice on top of that. Now, do I need regen? Wouldn't hurt. First things first, we're going to remove Regret. We really can't afford for that to happen. Another Blade Dance is absolutely lovely. I think a Deflect is nice. And you know what? I'll take Juzu Bracelet as well. Just so you know, HP is a pretty precious resource here. So the great thing about what we got going on here is we have time to set up for our powers. As much as I love... Well, let's see. I mean, we could get 2 decks up right here, and he'll be weak for next turn. I think we do it. And I know that seems a little jacked, but I really think that's the right call here, because he's going to be weak on this turn. To be honest, the only power we really need to get out there is well-laid plans. 1,000 cuts is not bad, obviously. But it's not as essential for this fight, I think. Just dump the strike here. So are we going to play 3 attacks? No. I think I would like to play 1,000 cuts next turn. But what? No. You don't need to do that. We play this and play it first. Something dummy. Grab this. Alright, so we wasted a little bit of damage there. But I actually think our dex is going to get to a point where this fight's not going to be so bad. So I think the big play is you store leg sweep, and I think this guy's gonna have a real hard time punching through, even with our stats being lower. Like I don't think he can get us. I think we're actually getting stronger than he is. I mean, obviously we're not getting stronger. I mean, if you looked at our stats, but we're getting. We're able to put up more fight faster than he is. Doesn't matter what we discard, more or less, but... He's dead. Yo, this fight went absolutely well. And you know what? We've actually committed to an archetype really early on here that I think has a great chance to succeed. Bird-Faced Urn is actually a lovely card for us right now. You gotta think about this one. Terror is good, but I think it might be maybe a little overrated, but I don't know if we're going to consistently be able to get Heel Hook off. So one of you's got to go. I hate to say it, but like this. We're getting a lot of decks. It's not going to do us that much good. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Without any blocks. So we'll store Heel Hook just for the potential upside. Not going to be able to take advantage of said potential upside. 10 block, okay. We'll take 4 damage. Oh, but we get the heal. I didn't even think about that. By getting the heal out there, we only essentially take 2 damage to make this start. And that's not so bad, because now, hey, look at that. That's free. And then, I mean, I would like for you to die if possible, but, if, you know, if you refuse, I can't really blame you. I would probably try to refuse as well. That's right. Always remember you got heals here. They're all dead. I'll take the deflect still. Dude. It might be too much. I think this is a good rest. But it might be too much, but it's also going to be a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's going to be a good time, I think. So this is worthless here. Might as well just start hitting them. Deck's going to be full of garbage. We really need some of these powers to get out there. You know? We got 9 block for the next turn. 13 block, I should say. Could be a lot better, but could be a lot worse. So, 1,000 cuts, very necessary. This is kind of like the linchpin of the whole run. All we wanted was to not draw the other 1,000 cuts. Mission accomplished. Get a little extra dex. We take 8 damage. On his big turn, not that bad. And we're not even fully set up yet. So we just want to be careful. Next turn, we know what we're playing. I think we would like him to be broken on the next turn. He's actually already broken. You might as well play it, honestly, just to get the extra damage out there. So you have to. There's zero question. I don't think we can afford to do leg sweep here. So you have to play 1,000 cuts. That's a gimme. And this is really where I'm expecting this run to start to take off. We're only doing 3 damage per card. But 3 damage per card to all enemies. That's pretty good, dude. Now, we're not dead. The details or the rumors of my death are greatly exaggerated. Can we at least break Mr. 18 damage? Absolutely. Let me keep that one. Now, all I asked for Christmas, upgraded Blade Dance. Didn't get it. It's okay. You know, life goes on and all that. So we'll hit him with something like this. Something like this. Something like this. We should be fine. We are lethal this turn, but like, big whoop, you know what I mean? This guy's gonna roll. We should allow him the opportunity to do so. See, all I ask you for is an upgraded Blade Dance. Oh, baby. This is the good stuff. Considering the value this has for us from a deck's perspective as well, this is comical. All right. Really feel like you got to go for a burst on this one. I love Corpse Explosion as well, but burst, Blade Dance, we got some incredible stuff happening if we can get those to tick together. I really, really think we still got to go for the energy. If that's my problem, always going for those, you know, possibly negative energy relics, please feel free. Hit me with a tweet that says NL. Might want to work on that whole energy situation there, and I'll say, you know what? I hadn't thought about it that way. Thank you very much. I think, honestly, like, let's burst. I know I would love to play the second one. I don't think we can get away with it. I actually like this deck a lot. It's a little unique. We haven't really tried to make anything like this work in the past, I think. So this is gonna seriously stink. And we're taking... I don't even want to think about it, dude. That's way too much damage for the second turn here. We're almost dead, but we're not dead. We're playing 3 more cards. Okay, so we got nothing to worry about there. Definitely should have done that in a different order. We're okay. Ah, I should have played Tools of the Trade for the HP. I gotta be honest, I think those deflects are doing great work for us. Don't know if we need those. You know, I could see it. Having more heals, I could see that. Plus, it doesn't really hurt us immediately. If anything, it helps us immediately. And to be honest, we could really use the help. No, we're gonna play 3 attacks. So don't burn out your decks right off the bat, you know? We're taking 1 damage. 5 block next turn. This is real touchy. No thank you. Even just temporary survival is kind of like inconceivable. Just remember, next turn you're probably not going to kill him. Just play powers. You didn't get any powers. That's fine. It's no big deal. Buy some regen if you can afford it. If it's available, I should say. And maybe we'll cool it on the other card ads here. Backflip seems very mission critical. Sure. Now, I have to be honest with you. I want this. But I actually think this... I know we have one already. I'm just taking cards at this point. I don't know, dude. Don't give me combat. Oh, heal me for 9? Am I really gonna bend over backwards for 9? I don't think so. How much do we get when we rest? It's like 20%. It's like 8. Give me the cards. I think we need them. Dude, okay, a footwork is pretty huge. I'm starting to think Noxious might be part of our plans as well, but all these are powers, keep in mind. Oh, we heal for 13. I was way off. Okay, so I feel like I'm closer to being made the right decision. Sorry, there was English in there somewhere, I promise. I would rather play this, get 1 extra dex permanently, and then we are taking 10, but we're also getting 7 block next turn. Having done no attacks, hit him with one of these. So this will be our first like good test, I think, of whether or not we actually have any realistic shot of making it through this run. And a lot of it is going to rely on our ability to... honestly, I hate to say it, but I think you dumped that. A lot of it's going to rely on our ability to get these powers out here early. Might as well play 1 more card, I guess. You know, here, give me one of these. Once we... The reason the last fight looked kind of terrible, in my opinion at least, is because we didn't have the chance to get 1,000 cuts out there. Now, we don't need to play 1,000 cuts this time. We could choose to. And we will choose to. No, we were not going to choose to. Sorry, I was just running the numbers in my head. We got a whole slew of different things. We're gaining and losing HP on every single turn here. It's a whole thing. You wouldn't understand. I think we want 1,000 cuts. The upgraded version is very important. And then even just a burst survivor. Yeah, we're dumping our whole hand. If you got a problem... Here's a tissue. That's not how the expression works. We do need to be better about killing our enemies. I think. I mean, this is how we kill them. And our HP is staying pretty okay. Might have gone up over the course of the fight so far, I'm not sure. So this is like your big play right here for sure. We even got an extra heal. Well, obviously, like, if possible, we'd like to play another bite. And we're going to. Dude, I don't know. Maybe this deck is okay, although that was a long and arduous fight. I mean, we got 36 freaking cards in this deck. That's too much. But draw strikes me as very interesting. And honestly, I know I just said we had too many and I just added 2 more cards. It's because flechettes is like exactly what we need. And I think it's going to pay incredible dividends. He's got to go. He's doing 12 damage. How are we going to get there? Something like this. Yeah. Okay. Could be worse. Could be better, but could be worse. It's all about 1,000 cuts. We just got to get it out before this guy starts doing crazy attacks. You know, I trusted you. Yes. There's your play. Okay, give me flechettes. I got high hopes, dude. All it's got to do is 4 skills in hand. That seems unlikely now that I think about it, but, you know, if it could happen, that would be sick, right? You have to play footwork, I know. I know the concerns. Still would like to make sure this guy does die. Alright. So, it looked bad, and might still be terrible, but for now, you can't deny, you know, ye of little faith, something. Look at that. Heal Hook, purging a daze from our deck, letting us keep one of these sons of guns. Gives us 9 block next turn. It's like the exact perfect amount for what we need right here. Dude, I don't know. It's a lot different than any deck I've ever constructed, I think, as the Silent. But it's surprisingly getting the job done. Remember, like, all 0-cost cards actually slap now. They're 3 damage each, on top of their normal effect, which is what they were balanced for in the first place. So we actually took this fight by storm. We came back with full HP. For real, like, another upgraded leg sweep, pretty solid. And it's hard for me not to take Cloak and Dagger in that situation. AKA, there was nothing I could do, dude. Ornamental Fan is fantastic, and we're rolling. I think I'll take nothing here. If I could remove some cards, I wouldn't mind, but I don't really want to fight an elite, even though I think it would be nice to get some upgraded cards. Calculated Gamble, unload. Neutralize Doubt. Clumsy, unload. I don't think we even want unload. Doubt, neutralize. Dude, I'll take a second neutralize. Apparently, we're just going to go for the fattest deck of all time. So what would be awesome is to have the ability to heal based on number of cards in deck. That would be a really good relic, assuming we have any chance at all of living, which is at present unknown. Okay, this is a big one. Well-laid plans first. We don't need Burst Backflip. We'll do Burst Blade Dance instead. Then we're going to try to draw into... we got to get a couple of shivs out first. Try to draw into... you know what? We don't even want to draw into our other 1,000 cuts right now. It's not necessary. Didn't need to play that last one. Could have held that one. But I got a little bit ahead of myself. But we got into some good stuff there. You're doing 20 damage. That's a lot. I respect that. Unfortunately for me, that is going to be enough to make me take damage. But thankfully, Ornamental Fan is here, doing good work for us. And we got the ability to sustain and get some heals back in the future. Something like this. Thank God for our decks, man. Alright. Stay steady. He's doing 30 damage. This is kind of a lot. Never mind. It's nothing. Yeah, nothing to fear. Somehow we've managed to do this. Our boss is Big Guardian who hits hard. But there's positives to think about here. By the time he hits hard, we're probably going to be, I don't know, realistically, it's going to take us a long time to get to the point where he hits... Oh, no, wait, I'm thinking of a different enemy. I mean, I'm not crapping my pants yet, but... You know, on the bright side, this guy gives us some AoE opportunities. So yeah, I'm going to take it. You know why? It's a meme. So there's big moments here. This is a big one. The energy required to play all of these powers is rough. We're going to lose 6 HP by leaving anyway. I hate to do it, but I really think we do not have the opportunity to rest. I think you immediately upgrade 1,000 cuts yet again. All your zero-cost cards do 6 damage to each enemy now. Every single one of them. Which means your upgraded Blade Dance is just disgusting. It's probably not even worth thinking about. It's like, that's how gross it is. Let's just hit him with one of those, okay? So I'm happy we got tools of the trade out there. I'm happy we got one... just cut that for now. I'm happy we got... we should have cut this for sure, but... I'm happy we got one of our, 1,000 cuts out there. Obviously, these guys have got to start to go, but we'll get our decks pumped up as much as is possible. We are going to take a little damage, which to me means, why not just pop this? You know, take advantage of the plated armor. Burst is not a mission critical card to be stolen from us. It does suck that, you know, let's dump this for now. It does suck that they took my well-laid plans. We're not going to be able to get it back. I mean, we're going to be able to get it back. We might not be able to get it back on this turn, but we actually are totally going to be able to get it back on this turn, which is so huge, because I can immediately play it. And now we're doing 4 damage with each card. Now he's starting to get a little ornery. I'm not sure if you've noticed. Dump the bite. We honestly don't need the bite yet. So we'll start here. I like it. 16 damage. He's dead. And he has a burst as well. I mean, I gotta feel... We can't burst leg sweep. You got a little ahead of yourself on that. That's okay. You know why that's okay? Because I would have done the same thing. Instead, we're just going to play for basically raw damage. We'll play this because we're, truth be told, going to store the late... We haven't played well-laid plans yet. Okay, that's fine. Get rid of the injury. That's never going to change. Definitely, there's an order problem there. That's my mistake. It's honestly still a pretty okay turn, even when you consider the obvious negatives. This is huge, dude. Dump one of these. Here's what you gotta do with this guy, okay? You gotta hit him with a little burst leg sweep. We throw an after image into this deck. I'm not saying it's all over, but we got some really, really strong stuff going on here. Like an innate after image. Every card we play, all of a sudden, is just unbelievable. We already also have something I consider very important, which is the ability to heal. That's not, it's not something to understate. Being able to heal is necessary, I think, for 820, or at least, like, highly, highly incentivized. Because you got to be able to heal between the bosses. So whatever's going on here is working. And you know what? I like this deck a lot for one specific reason. I get to play a lot of cards. Playing cards is fun. I don't care who you are. We left that fight at full HP. It's amazing to me. I honestly feel like Storm of Steel is not what we want. Malaise is fine. Dude, it's exactly what we asked for. Even though we could get extra energy, the cost is too high. Eternal Feather, I think, is actually perfect. Now we can upgrade a card every time we rest. Maybe get some more well-laid plans. What do I know? We got a lot of combat on the way up here. This is one of the rare times where when we see enemies, we're actually like, you know what? Or when we see multiple enemies, I should say. We're like, you know what? Things are okay. I really appreciate it. But we have one big negative. What kind of AoE could ruin our lives? Dump this, obviously. If... we gotta go here. If enemies are capable of doing like a 50 damage attack before we can get our well-laid plans out there, I think that's where things become most dangerous for us. I mean, we don't have to, like... I'm gonna, but, like, we definitely did not have to. I'm telling you, though, one after image, and I think we... I think we got a pretty good chance to get this after image for the record. But one after image... Oh, man. The places we would go. I don't really want to hit you twice, is the thing. So I'm just going to let it simmer here. I would probably like to also get, you know, more draw. I think that's a kind of a big one for us. But basically, you guys you're dead. I played 2 cards, you're dead. All I need to do is get cards that don't necessarily target you. 1 card, you're dead. Sorry, I had it all wrong. It's not an after image. I think a blur is pretty strong in this deck. For once, we're actually going to skip a card, though. A shop. What do we want? Dude, honestly, I mean... I mean, a Mind Blast is pretty good. But I don't think it's what we need in this deck. Even though it would do 45 damage for 2. I mean, that's a really good value, dude. But would we rather have that or Lantern? We can't do both. Don't we have a curse in here somewhere? We do have an injury, but... it really makes you think. It's probably going to be worse later, but this is 1 energy once. I think you go Mind Blast, and then you cut the curse. That's 1 of 7 cards we draw turn 1. Who cares? And it basically, it wipes one of these enemies, and it's probably going to get stronger over time as well. We don't have to kill you. Fair enough. Not being able to play that 1,000 cuts is pretty bad. Probably should have gone for the kill now that I think about it. There's a lot of... Yeah, okay, so these enemies, a little rough. I think you definitely start here. You gotta wipe this guy. Are we gonna play 2 more cards? Yes. Okay, so we got a little damage coming in. Maybe a bit of an understatement. That's alright. All things considered, we take 10 damage. I think we can recover 10 damage relatively quickly, considering the amount of powers in the deck. Of course, in order to do that, it would also be pretty advantageous to not take more damage over top of it, but... Here's what it is, you know? I guess we're not going to play an unupgraded leg sweep. Being realistic. Start with a deep breath. You never know what you might pull out of that. And I definitely think bursted leg sweep is your next best. $27 plus 14, 39. So we definitely want something like that out there. And I think at this point, I don't need to kill all of them on the same turn. If we could just get 2 of them killed on the same turn, that would leave us with a turn where we only have to kill 1. Not so bad. So you need to be weak for certain. In fact, rather than being weak, if you could just be dead, that would be huge. Yeah, this is a good setup. It would be really nice to heal a little bit more here. I don't think we're going to get there. That's alright, we can heal in the future. Always we're going to like an escape plan here. There it is. Okay, so that isn't the win. We could die right now. But it's really nice. It's really, really nice. So we do get to store a card. It's definitely a situation, I think, where you store your burst and you hope to make that pop in the future. After Image is a really nice fit right now. No question about it. Probably could have bursted that, but we could also burst Survivor instead. This is a rough one. I mean, we're gonna take a pretty nasty hit one way or the other. I'm actually a little anxious that we won't have the HP required to survive here, but let's see. 1,000 cuts is really expensive, but also every time we play a card, it's basically 2 block now. I think you have to. Plus, it heals us a little. 41? Dude, I think we might actually just be dead. Yeah, I think we are. That hurts. This is a great run, though. I'm not letting my morale get me down. Sure, we died. Life goes on. I'm loving Slay the Spire again. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button, all that requisite stuff. I really had a fun time with this one. I hope you did too, and I'll see you next time. See ya!